From News Scene 8 to Fox 8, WVUE's commitment to journalistic integrity has never wavered.
Over the past 70 years, each decade brought coverage of change with a backdrop of this amazing city's culture.
Today, we take a look back at some of WVUE's unforgettable memories as we celebrate our 70th anniversary.
In New Orleans, we have a deep love of our music.
You're standing in the church. This is church, y'all. Somebody scream!
Our food. And our news.
Sean, that is right.
We are still here in Homa as the eye wall rapidly approaches us.
Old Araby near the river, and you can hear the lightning, you can hear the thunder.
Channel 8 gives the most informative news and I think the best weather reports too.
Since 1953, our anchors and reporters have occupied a front row seat to New Orleans history.
Howard Johnson shootout with Mark Essex.
From progress and growth to heartache and pain.
The only way to describe the tragedy is pure carnage.
And all of the things that make our home like no other in the world. 70 years ago, on November 1st, 1953, WVUE signed on the air as WJMR on UHF Channels 61, the local CBS and ABC affiliate. In January of 1959, WJMR became WVUE, and by 1962, viewers found the station on Channel 12. Several years later, one of the city's legendary newsmen,
Edwin Edwards, was number one in the race for governor of Louisiana, and he was also number one in the race to get to Mexico City.
Channel 12, the ABC affiliate, has become 8. No, the grammar is correct. Channel 12 has become 8.
WVUE moved its signal from Channel 12 to Channel 8 in 1970. The station looked to its dynamic news team, which included Gifford, meteorologist Nash Roberts, and Buddy Diliberto in sports.
It's habit forming, I guess, once you start looking at it.
The big three were instrumental in building the foundation in the early days of Channel 8. As WVUE closed out the 70s, Nash Roberts moved on, and a fresh face to forecast the weather moved in.
Good afternoon. I'm Bob Zabrecki, and I'm a professional meteorologist.
Bob Breck wouldn't be anything like Nash on television.
I remember when he first started in this city with those loud plaid suits, he garnered everybody's attention. I said, I got to hear what this guy has to say. Anyone who has the chutzpah to dress like that has to be a very interesting person.
Breck would get carried away at times.
Well, this is a serious weather event, no question about it. We have a tornado watch until 11 o'clock.
But there was no denying that Bob knew the weather. In the end, he was no Nash. He didn't need to be, because he was Bob.
It's going to keep wobbling. And
through thick and thin for 38 years,
the really destructive wind,
Bob Breck delivered the weather, retiring in 2016. But he's still with WVUE as a hurricane consultant.
It's that cone of air.
Tonight, the state legislature and the budget.
WVUE shape-shifted with the times, and a new crop took on the task of covering the region, joining Bob Breck.
This is News Scene 8.
Names like Margaret Dubuisson.
Reputed mafia boss Carlos Marcello is...
Ron Swoboda in sports.
We covered sports. We covered the Saints. I had never been anywhere where football was as sacrosanct as it was in New Orleans.
If you have information, please call.
And Ron Hunter, anchor and news director, who manned the desk on July 9th, 1982, the day the Pan Am flight crashed in Kenner.
1 hour and 18 minutes after the plane went down.
When big stories happened, WVUE covered them, especially the Cabildo fire and the Fairgrounds tragedy. In the 1990s, WVUE traded typewriters for computers and made changes in its staff and ownership.
Well, people thought I was crazy.
I joined the team in 1994, and on January 1st, 1996, WVUE became a Fox affiliate.
I don't think that you can exaggerate what a dramatic point that was in the station's history.
By 99, we landed on the Fox 8 brand.
This is Fox 8 News.
Good evening. Tempers flared
and had a new anchor team.
Tonight, the city of New Orleans started a $500,000 campaign to push the tax.
Nancy Parker joined the staff as a weekend anchor in 1996 and was promoted to main anchor duties in '99.
If you could do anything differently in this recovery effort, what would it be?
Well, if I could do anything differently, I would have had a better coordinated response.
Parker and other anchors and reporters like Kim Holden, Rob Masson, Sabrina Wilson, and Natasha Robin chronicled some of the most incredible stories in New Orleans. From celebrating the culture of the city and what makes it unique, to the monster storm Katrina that changed lives forever.
From the somber times that touched our hearts.
Sheriff, please know that your family is in good hands.
In July of 2008, a new era for WVUE. The late Saints owner Tom Benson's Louisiana Media Company bought the station.
Great day. I didn't think I'd get here. I've been waiting.
Where to, sir?
My new home.
Where's that?
Fox 8.
Under Benson's leadership came a whole new game plan.
Lee Zurich, how are you?
Lee Zurich joined the team in 2009 for a dynamic era of investigations.
Why won't you answer our questions, Sheriff Engel?
Well, one thing, I don't like you.
Snap, placement, kick by Hartley, and it is Pigs have blown. Hell is frozen over. The Saints are on their way to the Super Bowl.
WVUE captured the biggest sports victory the city had ever seen. The Saints brought home the Lombardi Trophy.
And riding on a Bacchus float coming into view, Drew Brees and his offensive line.
Raycom Media began to operate the station in 2013. Then 5 years later, Gray Television took over. WVUE has embraced the community in fun times and in times when it needed us most.
Authorities here do confirm there are 2 deaths on board.
And it was that same community that carried the station through one of our darkest times, when we had to cover the plane crash and death of one of our own.
It was such a tragedy. It's such a tragedy, and our hearts go out to her children and her husband. My God.
Hundreds of people gathered for Nancy Parker's celebration of life at Xavier University.
Nancy, as we all know, was incredibly beloved by the city and really our entire area. And I really think that she was so loved because we knew that she loved us back.
But her legacy carries on. WVUE Studio was dedicated to Nancy, who still inspires New Orleans journalists every day.
Welcome to your dream world.
And our viewers continue to inspire us, having donated millions to St. Jude to fight cancer and other childhood diseases.
Here we go!
Our station helps shine a light on City Park during the cherished holiday tradition, Celebration in the Oaks. So what will the next 70 years bring? For WVUE, there are endless possibilities in a city with so many amazing stories to tell.
Let's go get 'em early in the morning. Let's go get 'em.
Now there's that. When it comes to local coverage, there's more on New Scene 8. There's that news van again.
So much history in 70 years delivered by exceptional journalists.
Doesn't it make you proud to be part
Yes,
of this team?
you took the words out of my mouth.
I mean,
13 years here.
And I've been here for 12 years, and every day it just makes me so proud to have the coworkers that we do and to continue on the legacy that so many of our previous colleagues have started.
We look forward to many more years ahead.